Today we are going to be dealing with the post-production, AI sound, and music. So welcome everyone. And how have been your weekend? You could just tell us how your weekend has been while we continue. If you're joining for the first time, remember that this class is still the TVET, TVET Creative Media Program. And the TVET Creative Media Program is a program implemented by the IDS project of the Federal Ministry of Education with the support from the World Bank. Right? And this class, we have been going on to be treating AI filmmaking. I think this should be our fourth class, right? So this is our fourth class of this, and it has been awesome learning with everyone who has been part of this. Right. So today we'll be dealing with the post-production, adding sound and music, and audio to our videos we have generated. But before I go ahead, how many of you have done your assignments? Last time we told you to generate videos, right, and do a storyboard. How many of you have been able to do that? And what has been the experience? Were you able to generate it easily? Were you finding it difficult generating any of the videos? So I will take two questions. If you have had any difficulty generating the questions and things like that, the videos, sorry, I said the questions. If you have had any difficulty generating the videos, right, using any of your preferred AI platforms, you can let us know in the comment section, right? Questions. Any difficulty generating the questions. Okay. So if you have had any difficulty, let us know in the comment section. Let me see if I can read out some of your comments. And if you have not had any difficulty, you can just tell us your experience. So that let's do a recap of what we treated last week before we move on to handling the different how to generate audio and voices using film. And we'll also now go to CapCut to merge these two together so that we'll have our complete video. So let me see your comments. All right. If you're also on YouTube live stream, you could also comment. Okay. You could also write in the comment section. Okay. Emmanuel say yes, it is on Google Flow. If someone to generate a video, you're saying if someone can generate a Google Flow, yes, you can generate a Google Flow. We explained it the last time, so go ahead with Google Flow and generate your videos. Okay. Okay, let me take one more question. Who else is answering? Okay. I believe most of you have been able to do that, to generate your videos using Google Flow or using Kling or even using Grok. Grok is another platform where you can generate your own videos, right? But most of you have been able to. Okay. So, how is your experience? Have you been able to generate? Have you seen? Let me take one more experience. So, if you can just put it in the chat section, tell us. Chukwukere Emmanuel is asking, what about nano bananas? Yes, you can actually use. One of the things is Google Flow uses nano banana for image generation. I hope you guys know, right? Google Flow uses nano bananas for image generation. So when you say about nano banana, you notice that if you have used Google Flow, what you are using for your image generation will have been Nano Banana. Right? Okay. So welcome everyone. I think how have been your experience generating videos, right? That's where we are so that we know your experience so that I can be able to answer a little bit of your experience. Because one of the things is that image generation, image and video generation is the bedrock of every AI video. So we want to be sure that you are comfortable with generating videos and to answer any of your questions after you have experienced it, right? Before we move on to today's class, which is how to use AI, generate voices, sound, music, and also how to handle your post-production, right? How to combine all this into a beautiful narrative that everyone can enjoy. So, okay, is anyone sharing his experience for that? Okay. Is any other person sharing his or her experience? Okay. Okay. And I'm also looking at the live stream, the YouTube live stream. Sharing his experience with that. Okay. Chuka Emmanuel is saying it's fantastic and impacting. Which one is fantastic and impacting? Is it the your character is created? Is it the AI or the class? Tony D said they all require payment. Yes, they all require payment, but you could still use them. They are daily. And one of the things we say is that if you have multiple accounts, you can also use it. Okay, so let's move on to today's class. And remember that everything we are sharing in today's class is already available in the Lean School app. So I'm starting now to go on today's class, which is what AI post-production, audio, and publishing. So we are going to look at how to use AI for your post-production, how to use it to generate audio, and how to actually publish your AI movie, right? So that's what we are going to be dealing with today. And I ask every one of you to join me in this class. Okay, let's run with speed. Remember, for every class we do the theory and we go ahead to do the practical and show you in practical terms how to do all of this, right? So the same way we are going to do the same way we are going to do it for today. We are going to show you everything. Then we move over to the practical and generate audios and things like that for our videos. And also compose our videos in CapCut so that we will see how we could actually get some of these things working. Okay, so let's move on. So we are dealing with AI post-production, audio, and publishing, right? Now what we'll be dealing with today. Okay. Okay. that's exactly what we'll be dealing with today. How to use AI for your post-production, audio, and publishing. Okay. Now, if you understand that, you will also understand that one of the things we are going to look at is how to use AI to generate realistic voices, sound, and music. And we always say that anyone can generate AI images, right? But not everyone can create emotions, meaning impact or audience what engagement, right? AI tools create clips, but as a filmmaker, it is your duty to create experience, right? So your job also includes creating the experience as a filmmaker, right? And this is what separates you as a professional from an amateur, right? So moving on to do that, today we are going to learn how to transform AI content into a complete film experience. Okay, so why does sound matter, right? Why does sound matter? Sound matter because sound shapes how the audience feel. Weak sound make the film feel amateur, and sound design is what separates professional cinema from raw footage. Most of the things we have done the last times are just raw footage. In this class, we will now look at how to generate sound, voices that will be both real, right, have emotions, and guide the audience feeling. You also know how to use sound to build tension and suspense, and how to use it for your pacing and controlling of your reading, right? Is important. If you remove sound from most productions, you will not feel the emotions that you feel with the film. So it is important we know how we can create sound and how to use sound to enhance our narrative. Now, let's look at the different layers of film sound, right? Now, the first layer of film sound is the dialogue. The dialogue is what the characters are speaking on the screen. The next one layer is the narration. The narration is the voice guiding the story, right? Then after the narration, we have the ambience sound. That's the environmental background noise. Then we also have the sound effects, right? And after the sound effects, which is like when you slap someone, there should be a sound effect. When the door opens, there should be sound effects, right? When somebody is walking, there should be a sound effect showing walking, right? Then there should now be what? Music, which is the emotional score and the soundtrack. The soundtrack is also what guides the emotion. So it's quite important we understand all these layers. So when we are designing the sound, we are designing both the dialogue, the narration sound sometimes. Not every story have the voiceover narration sound. The ambience, but every story must have the ambience sound, the sound effect, the music score, and the soundtrack. All these are important if we are to create the right emotion in our movie. Okay, moving on, let's look at the difference between dialogue, the narration, versus what? The ambient sound. The dialogue and the narrations is spoken by characters on screen. Narration is a guiding voice that moves the story forward. And in most cases, you hear a narration, but you don't see the person who is speaking that. Because most narrations are what? Are voiceovers, but you don't see them on screen. Now, you now have the ambient sound. Ambient sound is like create the feeling of a real environment. Example of ambient sounds include what? The wind and the rain, right? The crowd noises, the birds, the sounds of the birds. Actually, it is a forest. The sound of the birds, right? And the feel, the sound feel of the environment. All these things are important. They are all the things that make up the ambient sound, and it's necessary in your narration. Okay, let's move on. Now let's look at AI voice generation. Now, if you take a good look at what we have done now, we are now going to look at what, how do you use AI to generate voices, right? So AI converts text into speech, enabling creators to produce what? Narration, character dialogue, explainer videos, and storytelling without recording audio. Right now, you could have a text-to-speech voice that you can distinguish from a human voice, right? And there are different elements of these voices. You have the tone, right? The tone of the voice needs to be able to match the character and the story mood. Also, as you're generating those voices, it needs to be conveying emotion. If the character is in panic or is in fear and he speaks, the character, the voice should convey, right? Convey fear. Or the character is happy, the voice should be able to convey the happiness, right? Or the joy in the character. Then also, you should be able to control pacing. Most of the time, some people talk very fast, some people talk very slow. And these are what we call the pacing, right? So in generating your your voice, you should also look at the pacing. How do you want the character to speak? Is it going to be speaking quite fast or is it going to be speaking quite slow? Right? You could control all this in your voice generation. Okay. Now, how do you write for AI voices? Remember, your how you prompt is quite important. So because bad prompting leads to bad results. But if you be part of that, then as result, and we can continue moving, right? As I was explaining on writing for AI voice, right? Before we had the issue, you should understand that how people write versus how they talk are totally different things. So when you are writing for for AI voice, write it in such a way of how people talk, not on how people write. Is important. So always use simple natural language because it performs much better when AI an AI prompt. Okay, moving ahead, you should also know how to add AI voice acting. AI can actually be used to express a full range of human emotions and add performances to the voices. So you can be able to add, tell the AI that the character should be experiencing fear, confidence, anger, joy, sadness, mystery. And you could add all these as block quotes in your AI prompting. So you can provide the text, then you put a block quote and show how you want the AI to speak it, whether it wants to generate it as in a fearful tone, confidence tone, anger, joyful, or in a sad tone. Right? And this is quite important. This is one of the things we are going to learn quite well today when we practicalize it. Right? Now, when you are directing AI voices, you could actually tell them to speak softly for intimate or tender moments, sound confident, right? For authority and leadership scenes, sound worried for tension and conflict. You can tell them to whisper slowly for suspense and mystery, and sound excited, for instance, for energy and celebration. So you have the ability to tell the AI how to sound, and you can make that happen, right? So understanding all this will lead us towards to the background music. You could also use AI to generate the background music, right? Because music influences the emotional tone more than almost any other element in a film, right? If you remove the music in a film, you won't feel the same emotions. And it shapes how audience react before even a single word is spoken. Now, you understanding this means that you can tell AI to generate a music that will have tension, or a music for romance, music that will elevate fear, music that will show hope, or music that will show what? Excitement. You could use AI to generate all these background music, and you will see us do it in a couple of minutes. Okay. Now, let's look at different types of film music. Because film music have got what different types, right? The first type of film music is the intro music. So that is the song, right? Most people always remember the intro or the opening music of most films, right? Apart from that, right, we now have what? The suspense music, right? The suspenseful music is used doing elements of suspense to build dread and anticipation. We also have the action music, film music, which drives energy and momentum. We all remember what's his name? If you have watched Mission Impossible, we know the theme song that has always been played during the action. Tan 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 tan. You see, that's like the both the intro music, and sometimes they use it intro music, and also the action, the music they use for action. Then you have emotional music. This is for deepening feelings during key scenes in a movie, and also the victory music, which celebrates resolution. Then you now have the end credits. The end credits you can also reuse the intro music in your end credits, or you can introduce a different music that will serve as the end credit, right? So moving ahead, let's look at how can you prompt for music, right? Now, this is an example of a music prompt example, right? Which is like create a cinematic emotional music with piano and soft string, slow tempo, hopeful ending, right? You could see how the things have done here, right? I've told it is an emotional music. I've told him the kind of sound I'm looking for. It is from with piano and soft string. I've also told it the tempo, slow tempo, and I've told you the ending, hopeful what ending. So a strong music prompt includes four key elements: the mood, right? The genre, the tempo, and the instrument. The piano is the instrument. The emotional music is the genre, right? The tempo is slow tempo, and the mood has to be for what? A hopeful what ending. So here you already have a format for generating your music. So this is an example of a prompt that can do that for you. Now for sound effects. Now we know that sound effects create the physical realism. If I slap you without the sound being played, it will not sound like a slap. And if somebody is walking on a concrete style and there is no sound, right? Effect of how he's walking, it will not sound real, right? Sound adds what presence to actions on the screen, making the world feel tangible and believable. Without sound, it won't be what quite believable. And common effects include footsteps on different surfaces, door opening and closing, pepper and cloth movements, even phone vibrations, right? And it matters because without sound effects, even the most stunning visual feels hollow. Effect anchors the audience in the physical world of your film and reinforces every action on scene. It is important we understand sound effects and how to use it. Don't ever do your film without having adequate sound effects. The next is the environmental sound, right? The environmental sound of the ambience, it might include maybe in the forest. The ambience of a forest should include what? The birds singing, the rustling of leaves. In urban or streets, there should be traffic, crowd, distance horn, and things like that. If it's raining, if it's depicting rain, there should be rain dropping on what surfaces, distant thunders. And if it's room, there should be subtle hum of your air and presence. It's important that you add your ambient sound. Okay. Now, one of the things that is important is that you must sync these things. In your editing, you must match the footstep to the sound. You sync the sound doors. You also align voices. A situation where the lip is not syncing, it will look so odd. I know so if you have watched olden Chinese films, you notice that the English they're speaking, it won't be syncing with their voice, right? And it is always noticeable, especially in films that are dubbed, right? When you are doing adding sound, always make sure that you are syncing sound with the visual. It's so important. It's one of the things that is so important in sound effects. So know that and know how to get that done. Okay, let's move on. Now, let's look at how do you do your audio mixing, right? How do you really do your audio mixing, right? First of all, in your audio mixing, you handle your dialogue first. You mix the dialogue up to the first. Then you now add music under the voice, right? And the music should never overpower the spoken word. It only supports it or complements it. So, assuming the music was playing before they start talking, you should be able to fade that music to a lower level, then they can now talk, right? Then consistent level. Sound should remain consistent throughout the thing. It's not at a point the sound will start sounding high, then on that segment it will start sounding low. That will be bad editing. Okay, let's move on. We are moving on with speed so that we can go to the practical. Right? Let's look at the practical exercise we could do. Write a narration. This is what we will do. We generate an AI voice, add music, add effects and ambience, and do what? Export it. We will do this in the practical exercise, right? Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Now, let's move on to what? AI video editing and post-production. How can you use AI in your editing and post-production? This is exactly what we are going to look at, right? So AI is everywhere now. It helps us do almost everything. And we need to learn how we can incorporate it in our production processes. But before we go on, what is post-production, right? Yes, this is the first time we are introducing post-production. Right? Now, in AI filmmaking, anything you do after you have finished generating your footages, your videos, is you are now dealing with what? Post-production, right? And the post-production is a complete process of transforming raw clips into a finished clip. What you do in post-production is you select and trim clips, you arrange scenes to build a sequence, you add sound and music and effects, then you finish and export. Add your captions, effects, and what? Your final what? File. These four processes, these four activities is what makes up what? A post-production. Right? And it is key we understand that. Okay. So moving on. Now, where do AI assist in what? In editing. AI tools dramatically speed up editing workflow by handling repetitive tasks so that creators can focus what? On the storytelling. And the different areas AI help in editing is what? Auto captions. Can be used to generate automatic subtitles, right? Then also scene detection. It can also be used for automatic clip segmentation. It can also be used for what? Smart trim suggestion. AI can help suggest what? Places where you can trim the cuts. And also object tracking. It can also be used to follow what? Subjects automatically. And transcription what? Editing, right? It can also be used to edit the video. You can also use AI after I've generated to now edit your final production, right? By adding better transitions and sound and things like that. So the AI can also help in transcription words edition. Now, another thing you must learn to do is you must learn how to organize your project file. In the last video, I showed you how I'm organizing my project files, bringing all the pictures to one place, all the text to one place. So you should have your videos and text in separate folders for raw clips, music, and voice recording. You should also have another folder for your graphics and subtitles. The titles, the overlays, and the caption files should be stored by scene. Then you should also have a file for your exports, folder for organizing your exports, your final renders labeled by version. So if you have done 3 versions of your shots, you should have them well labeled. It is quite important. Okay. Now let's look at scene sequencing, right? Scene sequencing is important. How do you sequence your scene? How do you start from the first footage, the next footage to form a sequence that tells a story? Now, remember in editing, order affects story meaning. How you order it affects the story meaning, right? As an editor, you control what the audience sees first, when information is revealed, and how tension builds. Sequence influences emotion and is important, right? And when it comes to sequence, what comes first is important also. Opening frame sends the audience expectation, emotion, emotional tone, and everything that follows after the opening sequence. So the opening frame is so important. You should also control what is revealed and when it's being revealed to build suspense, surprise, and emotional payoff. It's quite important. You will see me do all this when we come to the practical in this lesson. So don't go away, don't leave, right? Stay where you are, and you will see the practical of arranging all these and also generating your AI voices. Now, also when you are editing, right, you should also know what we call the fast cut and the slow cut and the post, right? How fast you cut a footage is the cut. When we say how fast means how long does a particular footage plays? If it plays for a longer time before it cuts, it is called a slow cut. If it plays for a very short time and cuts, and another one plays for a short time and cuts, it is called fast cuts, right? Now, then there's also what is called pause. Pause is showing a footage for a longer period where nothing is happening. You just like a static image, and maybe you are just pushing into the image. You create a pause. Now, your ability to use fast cut, slow cut, and pauses actually creates your editing reading. Because if you watch action films, you notice that they do a whole lot of fast cuts. All right, they are doing everything is being cut fast. Each scene is just shown in a second or two, another scene in a second or two, another scene in a second or two. So you now have footages running in seconds or 1 or 2 seconds, filling up the scene, and it creates this fast action sequence. That is what a fast cut will do for you, right? So you should know about that. You will also see where I will do fast and slow cuts. Also, AI can be used to do what? Your color correction and color grading. One of the things you need to understand that the difference between color correction and color grading. Color correction fixes the technical problems, while a color grading creates the emotional and visual identity, right? If you have watched Matrix, you notice that it has a green color grading. Almost everything has a green shade, right? In Matrix. It was deliberate, right? So as a filmmaker, you should be able to understand the different tones you want to use and unify it across the different scenes in the entire film. And there are different tones. The warm tones are always used for romance, nostalgia films, and films that has warmth. The cool tones are used for seriousness, distance, and tension. Then you now have the dark tones, which is used for mystery, danger, and drama. And you now have the bright tones for happiness, energy, and optimism. You, as the editor, determines the tone to use. Because you, as the filmmaker, is the director, and you direct the different emotions you want people to feel in the movie. So all these are important for you to create the effects that you desire. Okay, now let's move on. Now, you can also use AI to create subtitles. So you must always try as much as possible to create subtitles and captions. Because caption improves the accessibility and significantly increases engagement. Captions are no longer optional. They are essentials, right? Why is important? Some captions and subtitles important is because from statistics, why people are watching movies on the mobile, 85% of movies watched on mobiles, they watch it without sound. But sometimes you are in an office space and you don't want to disturb everyone and you don't have an earpiece. You reduce the voice of the movie you are watching and you are watching it without sound. But if it is captioned, you will understand everything and you can read the subtitles. Also, subtitles and captions has a 40% retention boost. People actually have a higher retention to keep watching your movie if it has subtitles and captions. And films with subtitles and captions have 3 times the reach of films without subtitles and captions. So you see that it is no longer optional. It is so essential to caption and subtitle your videos. Now, also, you will also learn in your editing, adding visual effects and transitions. Transitions is what connect scenes. and you use them purposefully, right? Except if it distracts from the storytelling. Keep the story clear above anything else. The story has to be clear. So the effects you could use are cuts, which are instant, clean scene changes. Fade, which is gently entry and exit. Dissolve, soft blend between scenes. Zoom, which is a dynamic energy transition. Blur, right, which is used for what? Blur is used for what? Dreamy and memory effect, right? So these are different effects you could use to enhance. Now, if you finish your film, there are different export formats you can use. For YouTube, you use the 16:9 horizontal format. You can use it for YouTube, for Vimeo, for cinema, for desktop viewing. But if you are going to export for phone, use the 9:16 vertical format, right? This is used in TikTok, Instagram Reels, mobile first what platform. But for Instagram feed and Facebook, you can use the versatile 1:1 square format. So you should know this so that you should know the formats to export your feed, right? Now, the platform you are going to use now determines the format. So we are entering the what? The publishing, how you are going to publish your movie. Now, this is another practical exercise we are going to do today. Importing clips, adding sound, adding captions and title, arranging scenes, color grading, and exporting film. So you will see us do this in CapCut in this lesson. So stick around while we finish the theory and move on to the practical, and you see us do practicalize all this in this same session, right? So please stick around. Now let's look at publishing and distributing your AI films, right? How many of you know about AI film competition? If you have heard about any AI film competition, you could just put it on in the comment section, right? Anyone you know of, AI film competition. If you know of any AI film competition, you have that in mind, you have heard about, put it in the comment section. Let's see how many of you are experienced in publishing AI films, right? So do that while I take a glass of water. You can go over to the comment section and inform us of an AI film competition you know about. Okay. You can move over to the okay. If you're on but how you still say Canva AI? Canva AI is not an AI film competition. We are discussing how many of you know of any AI film competition. We want to see how many. Now I'll blow you guys' mind. In January this year, someone won a million US dollars in the AI film competition that was announced. The result that was announced in January, $1 million. He did this by just staying in his laptop and creating an AI movie and submitting to the 1 billion view AI film competition. And he won $1 million, right? Now, you understanding this, I'll ask you, what are you waiting for? Because you can be the next person winning the $1 million. And if you convert the $1 million to Naira, we are talking about 1.3 billion Naira. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you dive into this skill, hone your skills, and start applying to competitions, right? There are different areas, like we are now going to talk about publishing your AI. Once you have produced your AI thing, where do you want publish it? There are different platforms you can publish it. You can publish it in YouTube and Vimeo. You can also publish it on TikTok and Instagram Reels. And you can also publish it in what? In film festivals. And we hope we will start seeing your films in festivals from now going forward. Right? And if you're going to put it in YouTube, right, you need also to have a strong presentation, right? You need to have a strong, searchable title that is compelling, a thumbnail that is what? Eye-catching, and your description, you should put keywords and context. You should also add tags to improve what? Discoverability, and you have to keep responding to people who comment to your AI video to build a community and also build what? Engagement, right? So if you're going to publish on YouTube, that should be your strategy. And let's look at other strategies. If you are going to use the vertical video, right? Which is what is winning. We discussed the vertical movie making earlier. This should be your strategy. You should have a fast hook that should happen in the first 2 seconds, right? Have large captions, bold, readable text for viewers watching without sound on your mobile. Clear sound subject focus. There should be a clear subject focus in your narration, and it should also be concise, have short durations, right? Now, this will be your strategy if you want to do your AI thing for what? Vertical shots, right? Which we encourage so well now because it is the new thing. Also, for film festivals, you should also have a strategy because your film festivals help for recognition. You can win awards and have the official selection status. You see so many films that will say they are the official selection in this film festival or that film festival. Also, film festivals is also good for networking with industry professionals. It's also good for creating credibility, for exposure, and your work can reach a higher audience. So these are different areas you could start having as a strategy as an AI filmmaker. The next is AI film competition, right? Now, there are so many AI film competitions coming up now, and many of them are still going to come up. I talked about the last AI film competition done by 1 billion views summit, done for 1 billion views summit with support from Google. The winning prize was $1 million, right? For a 9-minute film. You know, it's excited. And at this point, there are different AI film competitions for AI storytelling, AI animation, AI visual effects, and AI cinema, which is a full cinematic production using AI. And we should be, at this point, be excited. We should be quite excited at this point. Now, why should you enter AI film competitions? It gives you global exposure. It gives you industry recognition. You could also connect with fellow AI filmmakers and the festival organizers. Then you also have career opportunities. You can meet people who will then give you commission you to do an AI work for them based on the competition you entered. So it is quite important that we can go on and compete in this AI film competitions. Now, what are the major AI film competitions? The most popular right now is the Runway AI Film Festival competition. Right now, Runway AI is actions. And I will tell you the deadline for the Runway AI submission is you have 7 days, because today is 23rd, you have 7 days to get yourself, create your AI team and submit. We also have the Project Odyssey AI competition, right? It is experimental and boundary pushing for AI cinema. We also have the World AI Film Festival, which is a global platform for AI filmmakers across all genres. Then we also have the AI Film Award, which is a multi-category award recognizing diverse AI creative work. Please, at this juncture, I told you guys the Runway AI Film competition is on now, and it ends on 31st March 2026. You have 7 days and you can apply. Please don't be shy. Put in your hand, try as much as possible to apply to. And if you are going to apply to the Runway AI, you can just write it in the comment section that I'm going to apply, create my own movie. And we could also see a way we will provide as much support as possible to make sure that you guys apply. And maybe one of you will end up being the winner. The prize money for the Runway AI film competition is $20,000. $20,000 we are discussing, that should be around 25 million naira. So it is a huge money. And I tell everyone, please endeavor to compete and submit your AI. Okay, let's move on. Right? Like I said about the AI Runway AI Film Festival, it is the most popular AI film festival, right? And typical duration of the film you need to produce is 3 to 15 minutes, right? And the film should demonstrate creative use of AI tools with strong narrative or visual concept as the core. Please, as much as possible, apply for this, because the deadline is on 31st March and you still have some ample time to create your AI movie and submit, right? Now, these are the different competition categories: AI short films, AI animation, AI music videos, AI experimental, and hybrid AI film. Hybrid AI film combines what? AI films with action footage, right? I think if it's in Nigeria, they say, I've given you guys updates now. It's time for you to showcase your skills by applying for the Runway. And who knows, you might be the one that will go home with 20,000 US dollars. That's a 25 million naira. So what are you waiting for? You should be able to give this a try, right? Now, most competition requirements, right? Because I'm going to give you all the competition requirements. Now, you need to disclose the AI tool you use. You should have short runtime, which is between 3 to 15 minutes, right? It should be original story. Judges look for creative originality, not just technical words, execution. It should also be high quality export. Please submit your highest resolution version your tool can produce. Then you should also have the supporting materials, the film synopsis, the poster image, and the creative use of AI, the documentations of what you did. It is quite important. Okay. Let's move on. Now, how do you prepare for the competition, right? These things are things you need to be able to do. For you to have a polished submission that signals professionalism, your presentation really what matters. And for you to present accurately, the very first thing is that you must export high quality video. You should also prepare your posters, which should be compelling visual representation of your film, You should write a synopsis of the film, which is a clear summary of your story and themes, a clear log line, right? Remember, we have talked about log line before, and you should prepare your film stills, right? Okay, so moving on. Okay, and these are the tips for you to win AI competition, because we want you to win this. A strong storytelling. You should have a clear, compelling narrative, creative visuals, have distinctive and memorable imagery, a good sound design, consistent style, have a style that unifies the whole film from the beginning to end, and you must have an original idea. Give the judges something they have never seen before. The original idea is quite important. Remember, marketing your AI film, you need your posters, your teasers, your trailers, and what? Your short clips. These short clips are social media highlights, which you post. You can also post your behind the scene. So make sure you prepare all this while marketing your AI film. I think we are coming close to the end of this. And this is where we come close to the end of it, right? Before we now go over to the practicals and see how to use AI to generate the sound and also how to use CapCut to edit, right? What are the monetization opportunities of your AI film? The first is that you can post it to YouTube and earn YouTube revenue from ads. You could also get hired by clients to do their own branded film production, right? You could also get partnership, brand partnership, right? And you could also become a freelancer and do project-based income. You could also sell rights to your work, license your work to others. And another way you can monetize is that you can teach your skills. You can share your skills and teach people and make money from it. So please, at this juncture, we have seen the monetization opportunities for AI films. And I plead with you guys to take AI films seriously and produce quality work. Okay, at this juncture, I will take a few of your questions. But before I take your questions, if you have enjoyed this class to this moment, please let's have a round of applause or put it in the comment section, right? And encourage us so that I will have the energy to go over to the practical section, right? Let me feel encouraged so that I can use that energy to go to the practical section. So let's have if you're also on the YouTube live stream, you can show with your emoji, right? Then I will now take two questions before, if you have questions, and if the absence of any question, we can move on to the practical segment of it, where we use AI to create sound, voices based on our script. Okay, fine. If you have any questions so far, please ask your questions in the comment section. You can also ask your questions if you are on Google live stream. Write it at the comments, please. Okay. Chukwuemeka Emmanuel says, does the prompt requires total write down or bit by bit while creating? I will say it is better to do bit by bit because most people don't speak, don't pour in information all at once. You don't want to write a prompt where people will speak it for 15 minutes. It's better you do it bit by bit. So because people's voices changes, they add emotion, and you can better add those emotions if you are doing it bit by bit. If you are doing a script, it's better you are taking each of the for instance, Emeka says something and that replies it. You do what Emeka says first, then you now create Emeka's reply so that you could also have a singing and understand the emotion of the scene, right? Okay, that question was asked by Chukwukere Emmanuel. If you have more questions, you could ask. Okay. Before I go to the practical section. Okay. It doesn't seem so you guys have questions for me now. Shako Abdul is saying, is there any automatic AI editing tool or app one can use for editing videos without individual's effort? No. Remember, AI is a tool. You are the one who is still going to create the story. Don't look at AI as an automatic thing that will create things for you. Understand that AI is a tool you could use. So you are the driver, right? Controlling everything. Why AI is a tool that helps you achieve that. So Shakor Abdul, there is none, and even if there is, we don't advocate for that. Use AI as a tool to create this editing, not as something that automatically creates it for you. Amiyu Ashewu says, should I use AI voices, AI voice narration, or record my own voice for better impact? It depends on your story and the one you want to choose. You can use AI voice for your narration, right? Or you can also record your voice. But that is on the assumption that you have a good voice, right? If you have a good voice, that is better, you use your voice. It might be better than AI. But if you don't have a good voice like me, maybe you should try using AI. Then Abolale James said, I tried uploading my audio in Google Flow, but it's not accepting it because it's 45 seconds. Maybe it's part of what it's 45 seconds. 45 seconds is high in the first place because a Google Flow video is 8 seconds. Right? It's 8 seconds most of the time. So most AI videos create between 5 to 10 seconds of video, right? If something that is 5 to 10 seconds, how will it work with 45 seconds? It won't work. Okay, Kindness Onye Okemwa is saying, will you show us app for creation of this? Yes. After this session, after this answering these questions, I will go over to do that. Chukwukarimana said, can Canva be used apart from CapCut while editing? Yes, you can use Canva, but one thing with Canva is that you have to keep uploading to online to use it to your footage online, and some of these things are heavy. While CapCut is most of the time installed on your system, right, to use it. Okay. Ukwade former Pauline is saying, I find it difficult to upload my audio voice in Google Flow. Maybe we'll come to that. Okay. I think I've answered most of the questions. So at this point in time, I will go over to the practical section. So everyone, please sit tight while I show you how to create voices using AI. And we will now bring it down to also to what we are working on. Remember what we have been working on all this while. We are in the last class, we are working on a script, right? So this time around, we will continue that script and And when we continue that script, we will now continue the script and see how we can bring it all together in creating an AI logo. Am I clear on this? Okay. Now, okay. Now I'm going to move off this to show you guys the script we are working on, right? Adasani is raising up his hand. Please, you're raising up your hand. Please go over to the comment section and write a comment. We will be able to answer you as we move on. Okay, so I'm opening up the scripts that we have been working on. We used generating those videos we generated last time, so that we could now generate the voices that will go along with it. Okay, so on the screen right now is the scripts. Right? That's what we created the last time. Remember, on the script, we are asking, are you prepping for JAM the wrong way? It's one of the voices you want to generate along with it, right? So, okay. Let me also share the sound so that you guys can hear different voices. Right? I will choose three. I will play three. So you now choose the one that you.
So you need a voice that actually sounds human. Well, you're in luck. With thousands of users, I'm Titan and I can't wait to work with you.
You can hear that one. Then another one, Confidence, Asha.
Today, I'm giving you 3 fashion hacks that level you up instantly. Internationally friendly, no matter where you are in the world.
That, Asha.
Let's go.
Las grandes oportunidades llegan para quien sabe tomar.
Let's try it.
What's the secret to delivering a successful message? Most people say it starts with a voice you can trust. A voice like this.
Okay. Now we have now I'm canceling first of all English. Then I can add an accent. Okay. Which one do you guys prefer? Is it the first one, the second one, or the third one? Okay. Added language, I can add accent. Right? Let me see. You can see it has Nigerian accent. I've added English. I've added accent. Nigerian accent. Right? You could see what I'm doing. Now, these are the different voices with Nigerian accents. Yeah. I want you guys to choose one. Okay.
Hey there, let's take it easy. Whether it's a story, a chat, or a message, I'm here to keep it real and make it feel close to home.
Not like this. Let's play the
Hey
next
there.
one.
Take a deep breath. You are exactly where you need to be. Trust yourself, be kind to your mind, and take
Can you
things one
guys
step
hear
at a time.
the voice? If you can hear it, please inform me. Let me be sure that everybody can hear. Let's put in the comment section that you can hear. So you could see me that I'm in 11 labs and I've created one with Nigerian accent. So you can see what I'm doing, right? Okay. Let's hear from Kehinde, right? Let's play.
Confident, bold, and unstoppable. This voice commands attention, delivers with power, and makes every word count. Perfect for ads, promos, and more.
I don't think I like this one. Let me try Paul, right?
Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead the trail.
So with different voices you could use. It's now
Every problem is like a puzzle waiting to be solved with patience and creativity.
Okay, I think I like this Fisayo, right? How many of you are going with Fisayo? Which one are you going with? The first one, Timitope, Fisayo, or this one? I like this. I like this Fisayo. All right. If you're going with Fisayo, the voice Fisayo, then you can think it's cool. I think, shows that many other persons have my sensibility. Say Fisayo is. If you think Fisayo is cool, you can let me know. Then we'll select Fisayo as our voice. Okay, let's go with Fisayo. I think I like Fisayo. It's cool. Okay. Okay. You could see that the voice now, you see the voice I've selected is Fisayo, warm, smooth, and deep. Right? Okay. You could see that it's giving me 10,000 credits. Remember, every character I write is a credit used, so you should know that, right? If I add any character here, it will add it as a credit. So I remove all these quotes, right? So that the number of characters I'm using here is I'm using 57 words credits. 57 characters means it's 57 words credits. So if you like, go and write a very long thing. Every character, remember, what I mean character is A is 1 credit, R is 1 credit, E is 1 credit. Families are U weapon for jump. In jump, J is 1 credit, A is 1 credit, M is 1 credit, B is 1 credit. So, ninth, we have seen this. Let's generate this speech and let's hear it. So I click generate. It's asking me if okay. Now, it's asking me to change the model. Okay. I think I should have maintained my old this thing there. Okay. Okay. I'm changing to V3 so that I can use audio tags like authoritatively and all those. Yeah, right. Okay, fine. Now we are game because I've changed. Why is asking me? Because I'm using audio tags like authoritatively, right? This is a way to make your things work. So I'm saying that Fisa is going to say it authoritatively. Are you prepping for jam the wrong way? So let's generate speech. It's trying to. Okay, well, we can change it. If it's wasting too much of my time, I change to it too. Okay, let me change to a different. So instead of using V3, let me see if I use V2. Okay, let's attempt. Let's see if. Okay. Like this V3 is creating its own issues. Um, Let me go back to my use V2. Okay. But then after it has unusual activity. I think it's just a way of making sure that you pay. Okay. I select V2. Decide your. Okay. It's having waiting a whole lot of it wants me to wait, right? I'll wait, but okay, meantime, let's show if you're not using 11 labs, this is the normal thing they do. They frustrate you to go to the paid plan. But we can also use another site that has Nigerian asset. It's called NairaKits, right? NairaKits.com. So I'll paste this on the session. The good part of NairaKits is that they are voice to speech, right? Works well for Nigerian assets, right? Okay. So this is NairaKits. I'll type in their sites. Before that, I paste this, right? I'm putting that on the comment section so that everybody can have access to the NairaKits. Okay. So here on the charts, we will still go back to 11 labs, but for now, let's generate with NairaKits, right? Also, the good part of NairaKit is also have Nigerian version. So you can see it has different voices. male and female. Obinna is a male voice, right? And it uses English, Nigerian words, accent. Now you could also create additional option, which is a standard, the speed, the format, the audio, if there's a background music, right? It can be normal or volume standard. We could also increase the speed or reduce it, right? So fine, we have done this. So let's create another aspect of it is that you can also upload your own audio file and it uses that to create the sound. So let's create the audio using narratives. Okay, so it should take some time.
Are you prepping for jam the wrong way?
Okay, fine. Let's play it.
Are you prepping for jam the wrong way?
It's fast. So I want it to slow. Are you prepping for jam? Long way. So I want it to stretch the jam. So we'll check it out how to do that. For jam, if I want to create this thing, I put in what? I put in these 3 ellipses. In that case, it slows it down, right? You're not going to just be saying, are you prepping for jam the wrong way? I can also, if I want it to also slow down when it comes to jam, I put in an ellipsis. Let's create those the audio and test the 2 of them.
Are you prepping for jam the wrong way?
Okay. Then if you had a break, are you prepping for jam the wrong way? So I think I can still edit it. You can see how I created this thing there.
Are you prepping for jam the wrong way?
I think I remember a mistake. Okay. I made a mistake. I added a dots there. Okay. So let's create the audio.
Are you prepping for jam the wrong way?
Right. So you can see I have this voice already.
Are you prepping for jam the wrong way?
Okay, fine. I can now take this and put in my download this. Okay. Another thing, remember, we need to generate another voice. We have just done one. What's the second one? We need to do it. Okay. Now, we need to do score higher in JAM 2026. All right. So we can still take it to the kids or 11 labs. 11 labs is saying they have a high volume, right? Unless we are moving to the paid version. Okay. Okay. So we go to the Nara Kids again. And create a new audio. Remember, if I write this jump like this, it will assume that it's JAMB. So I write jump this way, the same way we follow. I will create out.
Score higher in JAM 2026.
Okay. I think it should be in 2026. Right? So we create the audio.
Score higher in JAM in 2026.
Okay. We have that voice on that. Okay. We can download it. Okay, let's attempt maybe the last one. And we can combine all of them into the video we are talking about. Okay. Take this. Go back to Marrakech. And we put it and we create.
Improve your JAM performance with realistic CBT practice and smart learning features.
So you can hear the voice here, so we download it. So now we have the third audio. What do we do next? All right. Remember the last time we were in Kling AI? We generated our contents in Kling AI, all of this. Now, what I'm going to do now is to go to Kling AI and download all the videos I need. Now, I have the pictures and arrange them. Okay. So that's the video we generated, right? I'll download it. It's downloading now. Also download this one that we did a cinematic transition on. But last week we did this. It is a very beautiful cinematic transition. And we will now combine all of them, right? And we go to CapCut and combine all of them to get close to what we want. Okay. Okay. Um, downloaded all of them. Now, if you download all of them, all those ones are in your downloads. The very first thing you're going to do is to go and arrange them. Right? The last time, okay, so I'm going to arrange all these items properly. My download so that I can use them properly. Remember the last time we said we create a folder. Let me find the folder. This is a folder we created for it. I can remember. So you can arrange it. This is the video we downloaded from Blink. These are the videos we have downloaded. This is the audio, and we have the image. So if you go to that folder as we have it, we created pictures, if you remember. So this time around, we are going to what? In the pictures, you see all the pictures we generated. These are the pictures we generated, right? So I'm going to create a folder at this level, right? A new folder that I arrange it properly for what? Videos. And after, I create another folder for audio. And I create another folder for exports, which is our renders. Okay. Now that I've created all this, if I go back to the downloads itself, I'll copy all the videos I've created, the audio. The audio we have created is improve your score high in Jam. Are you perfect? So I will cut it. I'll come to the new school adverts. I arrange it in my audio. Right? I go up again. And now take the videos. These are the videos we created. I cut it. I come over here. When I cut it, it's Control X, right? I put it in my videos. Okay. Now, at this point, we are ready for editing this. We have our sound, we have our video, we have our pictures. So we can go over to CapCut to edit it. If you want to edit it in Canva, you are free. If you also want to use Adobe Premiere Pro, you are free. Okay. Now let's move on. Now I'm going to go to CapCut this time. Now, when you download CapCut, you land yourself to this. And I create a new what? I mean, this is CapCut. But if some of you also have CapCut on your phone, CapCut seems to be like quite down the easiest editing and the most available editing software. Anyone can lay their hands. So I click on CapCut, create a new project. So it will now show me the project itself. Okay. while I wait for CapCut is loading the interface. Now we are going to do simple editing here. Remember also that along this course, there is still a full course on video editing, right? So I'm going to do a preliminary editing so that we could actually have an AI theme to show. But also remember that in course of this program and the curriculum, we have editing as a full course. So always stay along with the TVET Creative Media Program. And also remember that it's free. Teaching you video editing all for free. So one of the things I need to do now is to click what? Import. So in my imports, the very first thing I'm going to do is to import the videos. So I go over to my downloads, right? I find the folder. Okay. I think the name of that folder is being school. Okay. I have the folder. I find the folder, I go to videos. And what do I do? I select all of them. I just do it like this, right? I click that it will import all of them, all the videos. These are the 3 videos we want to use for our test. Okay. Now, the next one is to import what's the audio. I still click on import. I click the link school adverts, go to the audio. You see, this makes the whole thing much easier. If your is well arranged, your port audio. Now that you have imported all this, let's look at this. This is your file where you import your assets. This is your preview window. On the left-hand side is the details. And on the down part of your CapCut is the timeline. So the very first video I want to put here is, you can see this is where my timeline is this, right? What I need to do is to click the plus words button. Once I click the plus button, it adds. You can see the timeline, it has added here at the lower end. And the timeline is still here, it's still at the bottom. What do I need to do next? I click end, go to my keyboard and type click end, right? You can see when I click end, this straight timeline comes to the end of this. The next one is what I needed to do add was this, right? Then I click what? End again. So I'm forming a sequence. Then I click this one and again, right? Then I click end again so that it comes to the end. Then I click the last transformation. Right. Now we have added these 4 videos. Let's see how it looks. So watch this, yeah. Now, this is the raw footage added in sequence. So what do I want to do this? I want some fast cuts. Okay. You see, when I take the first image, here, all the beginning to this point is not interesting. So you could see, take that same first image, It's from here that it start getting the first. So with this, I click the trim left, which is this, right? It's the list the left. So I click the left. Okay, fine. Now, I don't want him to do a double tap. I want him to do the first one, and I cut on the tap. When he did this, and this, I don't want him to do another one. So once he did this, I cut the right, then it becomes fast. So let's see how this goes. So you can see me doing the editing. You see, it has did one strike instead of two. And this now had a whole lot of time wasted, right? So I will also cut a whole lot at the beginning of this movie, where he's now looking and looking and looking for his shots. Okay. So I want him to start the shots here. Okay. So I've got that. So let's look at this cuts. You see? That's sharper, that's faster. Okay. Okay, watch it again. Okay. Now you can see there's a whole lot of delay here before it gets angry. So let's do a fast cut here. This is here. I want to start from where you start throwing that again. Okay, fine. I remove the beginning there. Now you see, I'm going to do fast cuts, and I'm going to now do a pause. Okay, I think you can see the story is getting straight. I think I want the motion when it's already trying to throw it from there. Fine. What's this? The beginning there. Okay. So let's go. Okay. I think there's a small delay. You can see this small delay was not necessary. When he did this, I cut it with the right hand. So that it becomes shorter. So you can see this is streams I cut. You see, that's sharper. Can you see that? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do with these shots is that I'll slow the beginning part, I will slow it down. This part, I'll slow it down seriously. Then I'll fasten the transition. Then I'll slow down again. So here I split this into two, right? So you can see now this is a new clip and this is another clip. And I move this transition fast, right? And when it's here, I slow it down. I also cut here. So now, when we are here now, what do? I'll slow down this first part, right? This is the first part. So I'll click here. go to the speed of this and reduce the speed, right? So that it will actually reduce the speed. Now that I reduce the speed here now, I go to the speed of the other one. I have fastened the speed. Okay. So this is the speed. So you can, yeah, this transition, I'll fasten the speed. Right? And this I'll slow the speed. I'll slow the speed. So now let's play this. Okay. You see how the story is coming out. Okay. Fine. It's now time to add the voicing, right? Which is, are you preparing for jam the wrong way? Which is the first voice, right? So I add that right. Now I'll add so high jam 2026 here, right? You're going. Okay. Your dad did not tell me again. Huh? Okay. So you can see the story start. Get the story start coming
Are
out.
you prepping for jump? The wrong way. Score higher in jam in 2026.
Okay.
Are you prepping for jump? The wrong way.
Okay.
Score higher in jam in 2026.
Okay. The story is now becoming. I think we will need to move this a little bit. Okay.
Are you prepping for jump? The wrong way. Score higher in jam in 2026.
Now the voice, the audio of this channel is also high. Okay. You can also mute it by once. Let me see how all those sound effects.
Are you prepping for jump? The wrong way. Score higher in jam in 2026.
Okay.
Are you prepping for jump? The wrong way. Score higher in jam in 2026.
Okay. Fine. We have this, right? We have this. Then let me add a background music and let's export. Let's see how this video comes up, right? Okay, so getting the background music, I could um, go to, I can try to see if I use ChatGPT to generate it. Okay. So you could see how we could also generate music. You can say generate 30 seconds cinematic music with Remember, with piano and violin, right? And slow drum beats. That is energetic, and inspired. Make its use Nigerian local context. School of the right? Let's see what it can generate. Okay. Now this is a prompt is doing that. I copy the same prompts, put it to itself. Let me see if it can generate it itself, unless I use other AI tools. Okay, so I have the prompts already, but let me see if ChatGPT can even do it itself. Or I'll use other AI tools. Okay. Okay. And in that case, I'll use Lyria tree from Google. So instead of ChatGPT is not giving me what I want, so I use type for Lyria tree. You guys can always find it. That is from Google. Okay. Remember, I've copied the text there, the other thing there. I even use Suno. So let's have some music. So are you guys all seeing all this thing I'm doing? I'm using the tree to do this now, right? Suno can also help you. Suno is another AI that can also help, right? So we add some music to it, and I think with that we have been able to edit and produce this advert. Okay. You're generating this track for me. So you could see the amount of things you could do with AI. Generating the music track for me. Take some time. Let's play it and let's. Okay, I think it's ready. Maybe I just have to download the track first. Okay. I think it's thick. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, this is nice. Okay. Fine. We have it in our download. See, this is AI musical generator. Listen to it again. We have the music now. So it is Echoes of Bamboo. I cut it here and I go and put it in my audio. Oh, okay. So it's down here. I go back to my CapCuts. I import it in there. Okay. Now we have it. We now come to the top here and add it. Remember, I don't want to add it from the beginning, so we add it to the beginning. So you can see it creates another track at this button here, right? Then come to this end and trim it. So let's now see how it works well with our list.
Are you prepping for jam?
You can
The
see
wrong
that
way. Score higher in jam in 2026.
you can see it's competing with the volume. So I come over here and I reduce the volume, the sound. Okay. So let's see how it works.
Are you prepping for jam? The wrong way.
I think it's too slow. Increase it.
Are you prepping for jam? The wrong way. Score higher in jam in 2026.
I think the rate flow, the transition speed here seems too quick. There's the speed. Let's
Are you prepping for jam? the wrong way. Score higher in JAM in 2026.
You can see this, that's perfect.
Are you prepping for JAM? The wrong way. Score higher in JAM in 2026.
You see, that's a sweet sound.
Are you prepping for JAM? The wrong way. Score higher in JAM in 2026.
Now, the only other thing I need to do, and I'm done, will be adding text. Right? So I add text to what we are doing here. Right?
Are you prepping for JAM? The wrong way.
This is like the box text. Add it to this and that point. Okay, so I can take this. Fine. And that's this. I could add this. Can add a style to add a shadow of this. Or this. Okay. Can reduce the font size. Okay. So I play it. So I have also add a transition to it. I do an intro animation to it. In and out.
Are you prep?
I'm adding an intro and outro animation to it. Okay, fine. I like this. Okay, let's play and see how it goes.
Are you prepping for JAM? The wrong way.
Remember, prepping for
JAM.
I want the jam to come on its own. So this is okay.
Are you prepping for JAM?
Okay, the next text I want to add the jam. Add another text. Right, I want the jam to be big and bold. Okay, so I find good preset for this. Okay. That's for the jam. I increase the font size. Okay. I hope everybody's following me and see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm adding captions, so I add intro animation to it. For out, zoom out, and in the in, I do the visual shine.
For jam.
Okay.
The wrong way.
Okay, let's play and see it.
Are you prepping for jam? The wrong way.
I think the jump entered jumps like that.
Are you prepping for jam? The wrong way.
Now the next text is the wrong way. And I think that case we will.
The wrong way.
Okay. Okay, let's take the next presets. I hope you guys are following me. If you're following me, please let me know so that I'll be encouraged, so that I know I'm not talking to myself. Right? I do an animation. If you're following me, please make some noise on the this thing there. Let me be sure I'm not talking to myself. Right? We add this and I'm out. Okay. Please, yeah, if you're following me, please make some noise, okay, in the comment section, so I'm so sure that I'm not talking to myself. All right? Okay, let's go.
Are you prepping for jam? The wrong way.
You can see me add comments.
Score higher in jam in 2026.
Now the next thing I'm going to just add the score higher in jam to it. Gone. We score higher. So I'll bring this thing down still. Okay. And by we're using this. I do my animation for my intro, outro. In, do my helix scan,
Score
out.
Score higher in Jam in 2026.
I don't like the outro. I'll just put it on. Okay, next one I put another fourth next for Jam. Okay. The presets choose this. I chose this last time. I also increase the font size. With my intro, I do put it on intro animation. Okay. I'll choose my in. Do that. Then I don't know the fourth year, 2026. Mix. Okay. Are you guys seeing that I'm adding just all the text so that with that, once I've added them, I think we are complete. Good to go. Now this is adding your text and captions. Okay. So I think we are good to go.
Are you prepping for Jam? The wrong way.
I think that the wrong way is not working. Also remove the outro animation of the Jam. Can stay longer. Okay, I think let's go.
Are you prepping for Jam? The wrong way. Score higher in Jam in 2026.
And the score higher now starts at the right. So
Score higher in Jam in 2026.
okay, let's go.
Score higher in Jam in 2026.
Okay, let's take it from the beginning.
Are you prepping for Jam? The wrong way. Score higher in Jam in 2026.
This the jump. Let's go ahead and jump, and the jump intro is also the number of seconds it takes to enter its new so I'll handle that.
Score higher in Jam in 2026. Score higher in Jam in 2026.
Okay.
Score higher in Jam in 2026.
think we just need to bring in the jam closer.
Score higher in JAM in 2026. Score higher in JAM in 2026.
Okay, so we see us what we are doing here. I think I have the video. Like an sports.
Are you prepping for JAM? The wrong way. Score higher in JAM in 2026.
Okay. I think at this juncture, the video could have continued.
Are you prepping for JAM? The wrong way.
You see, the video we have.
Score higher in JAM in 2026.
Okay. At this juncture, I can show you how to export. And I think we will call it a day and I'll take your questions. You see, we have been able to edit that, add music with AI, add voice with AI, add captions, and we could export and be ready to go. So if I click export, right, because I have the video right now, I select where I'm exporting it to. Remember, I have a folder where I called export. So I select this folder here. And I select my downloads. Remember, Link School Adverts, exports, right? I select that folder, and what do I name it? I name it Link School Adverts. Adverts version 1. Okay. And we export. Okay. It will be generating. It will take some time to generate, not so long. While it's generating, I will go back to.
Are you prepping for JAM? The wrong way. Score higher.
While generating, I will go to the questions. If you have questions, you can now ask me. So go to the comment section and ask your list to us. Okay. Futa is saying I always attend class, but I saw my attendance absent. Please join the attendance, join the class from the app, right? But even if you it's writing absent for you, once you do your assignment and your quiz, it supersedes the attendance, right? Okay. Please, your questions, while it's exporting, I want to take your questions. Prince Ugola is asking if the final editing is in CapCut. Yes, I am doing the final editing in CapCut, right? I'm already exporting the video. You understand? Okay. You could also, if you're on YouTube live stream, you can also ask your questions by writing the comment question. Chuka I said, nice work. Can CapCut do it on the phone? Yes, CapCut can do it on the phone. Then Ethelbert is asking, must we write the caption by ourselves? You can use AI to generate, you can use CapCut to tell it to generate the subtitle for you. But you could see what I did was cut the caption, which is a better way of subtitling. Then Prince is asking if can CapCut be used for synchronization of sound with words. I don't know what I might not understand what you mean by synchronization of sound with words. Because if you have the word and listen, by positioning it in the right place, the side and the word will synchronize. Catherine is saying, please, most of my assignments are not yet created. It will be created within the week. Okay. It's still generating. Please ask your questions. All right. Okay. Let me check the YouTube to see if there are questions from the YouTube live stream. Okay. Then two man say, please on cotton, which center letter? I don't understand what you mean by center letter, unfortunately. Right? Maybe you need to clarify that. I tell Beth to be say, please, most times I'm not available. Where can I get the assignments and do them? Download the Lean School app. We have been telling you this. Download the Lean School app, right? Must download the Lean School app. Go to your Play Store, type Link School, LINKSKOOL, right? You will see both the material, the video, the assignment, and your quiz will be there. Then I'm a Yahoo share is saying, Lent, how long do you want the final audio to be? Under a minute, 1 or 2 minutes or longer. You can make it 1 or 2 minutes, and like I did, I wrote 30 seconds. That's what I told it to do for me. And it generated 30-second music. You can also try at 1 minute, 60 seconds, 180 seconds, and see the music it will generate for you, right? But I just told you 30 seconds. That's why I generated 30-second music. Right? Okay. Please, your questions. Kindness Onyo Kenwa is asking, is everything here in YouTube to rewatch tomorrow for better understanding? Yes. You go to our YouTube channel, you will see that this course, which is AI for post-production, audio, and publishing, will be available for you to rewatch. You can rewatch it at any point in time, right? We will also post it in the group. The Siri woman is saying, how do I get the assignments? I've explained it before. Go to the Link School app, you will see the assignment, right? They're already available on the Link School app. Please, if you're on YouTube live stream, please, you can also ask your questions there. Now, people are saying, please, on cutting on CapCut, more light on the cutting end of it. Thing. If you, I've watched me when I was cutting, CapCut provide you to split, to cut left, to cut right. You will see that in the buttons, right? I don't know if you guys saw me doing that cut itself, right? Then also, there are some shortcuts CapCut has for trimming. And I'll list it for you here. So in CapCut, there are some shortcuts for trimming, right? If you do Control B on CapCut, it will split the listing in that frame. Then now for you to trim the left of the trimming left, you do Alt square bracket. The square bracket, left square bracket, will trim the left part for you. If you do Alt the right square bracket, it will trim the right end for you, right? There is the right end bracket for you. So you could always do this. It's not, I get what I'm saying. Or you could also look for, go and find the CapCut shortcuts, right? You could always get that, right? So it makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, the video is still rendering. I want it to finish rendering, then I'll play it in full screen, and we could see what we have produced. I will also take the video and put it in YouTube so that everybody can watch and see how far we have done with this. Okay. Your questions too. Then Shakur Abdul is saying, please, can we have a specific class on the use of CapCut for video? Yes. Like I say that going forward, right, after this class, we will do photography, do acting, do cinematography, then we'll do video editing, post-production. We have a full course on post-production that will take weeks to do. So relax if you are finding the CapCut I just did hard. We will teach you, follow this TVET course, which has been running. This course has been running for 2 months now. You will actually meet video editing. We will teach you the full tricks. So you could see what I just did was a sharp editing, so that you guys could have a final finished product. But relax and join this class. Join this class. Video editing is one of the end. You could also go and see the curriculum, and you will understand. If you go to the Link School app and go to the course preview, you would be able to download the curriculum and you can see all the things we have prepared for you in this course. It is fully loaded, as we said. Okay. Then Amma Shah is saying, should Obina's voice read all the on-screen text or only part of it? We used Obina's voice to generate the text, the voices, and that is what we used, right? Okay.
In Jam in 2026.
Are we game? Okay. Okay, so okay. I notice this is not moving up again. Okay.
Are you prepping for Jam?
Okay, I think he has
the wrong way.
It's the original.
Score higher in Jam in 2020.
Enter the video. So let's open the folder and see it. Where it's exported to. Okay. We have the Lean School version 1, which has been generated. So let's shrink and play this. I think that will make everybody happy. You can play the version 1 video. Right? So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the video we have generated for today.
Are you prepping for Jam? The wrong way. Score higher in Jam in 2026.
Play the audio. Okay, let's do it again. Everything here was done with AI.
Are you prepping for Jam? The wrong way. Score higher in Jam in 2026.
Okay. Does it make sense? Please, if you
Are you
enjoy what
prepping
we
for
have
Jam?
just done now,
The wrong way.
Round of applause for us.
Score higher in Jam in 2026.
Please, a round of applause if you have enjoyed this so far and you are excited with what we have just done. Round of applause. I think you have done great in creating this.
Are you prepping for Jam? The wrong way. Score higher in Jam in 2026.
Okay. I think there are other scripts we should have continued at the end, but we did not. This one maybe I will continue that at the end of the script.
Are you prepping for Jam?
Right.
The wrong way. Score higher in Jam in 2026.
You can see how the song is making the whole thing look so sweet and cinematic. Please,
are you prepping for Jam? The wrong way.
Everyone that have been part of this class, right? Round of applause for everyone. Right. Not been easy, but we did it. You could see. We expect you. This is making a whole lot of sense right now. I can tell you can do this. You could see me do this. You could see me when I did all the generation, when I did the fast cut, slowly the other one down, got everything there, and did the music, combine everything. You can do this. And as I tell everyone, please, the one-way ML competition at the ending is 20. I'll put it in the group, the one-way ML competition, right? Please, as much as possible, I want to see as many of you that can apply and make your AI movie between 3 to 5 minutes and see how many of you can win the grand prize, which is what? Which is 20,000 US dollars. If you are going to do the competition, please say aye. Let's hear from you. Put in your hand, set up your hand. Let's see people who are going to be there. Right? Right. So at least I'm seeing Amine Shehu, Etebet, Nasiri Uma. I'll send the link to the group. Let me also see if I'll send it on the comment section right now so that every one of you can participate in the open ML, in the runway ML competition. Please, I want to see as many of you to create AI movies and compete. Those are competing. They don't have two heads, right? And if we know they don't have two heads, then we could all compete and win. So please, I've posted it on the chat session. We will also post it on the group. So please, every one of you should attempt it, submit your project, and let's see how many of you win. So I think at this juncture, I will call it a day. You guys are the best. You have stayed with me for 2 hours, 45 minutes again for today. And thank you all for joining and have a pleasant evening. Round of applause if you really enjoyed this class. Let it flow. Thank you so much. Oh.